Hello and welcome to video number 3 in the 9 Profit Pillars video course. In this video we're going to cover profit pillar number 3, and that's going to be creating and releasing information products or WSOs into the marketplace. Now this is a very profitable income stream. This is something that I highly recommend for you to certainly be thinking about using over the next so many months or years, because it's definitely something that is going to help you in your business. And again, this is just one of my income streams of 9. Yeah, there's 8 more, and you've already found out 2 of them. So this is something that I use in my business to add tons more customers and buyers into my email list and make thousands of extra dollars per month. And this is to just create simple training products that you release into the marketplace. Yeah, it's very profitable, and anyone can do it, but it does take practice. So don't think that your first information product that you release into the marketplace is necessarily going to be a massive hit, because it may not always be the case. One of the things you will realize is you see some people come around, some people kind of like release a product and it may go crazy and you've never seen them before, or brand new people. You may hear stories and about people releasing a product, and this is the first product they've ever released and they've made $15,000. Okay, yes, it does happen, but it's very rare. It hasn't ever happened to me. Okay, all of the products that I've released, even my very first one, all of the results that I've had have been down to hard work and things that I've learned and things that I've used and tweaked into my products for the next time that I create one and sell one. So most of the time, it's not going to be the case where you just create a simple product and make tens of thousands of dollars if you don't really know what you're doing. Yeah, it does take. It's the same as anything. You've got to know what you're doing. You've got to know how things work, and you've got to know the process. Now that being said, don't think that you can't still do very well with the information products that you sell, and WSOs, because you can. It just depends on how far you take the information that I give you, and if you run with it, then you can do very well. It just depends on how far you want to take things. The more effort you put in, the more work you put in, then the better results that you're going to get from the start. So what I'm going to do is go through a few things here, a few tips, and then I'm actually going to log into one of my accounts and just show you some results that you're able to generate, and just show you some stats and things like that. So the first thing, the first one is a WSO, okay, which stands for a Warrior Forum Special Offer. Now, a WSO came around many years ago. Yeah, this is something that was released on the Warrior Forum. Yeah, it's supposed to be a Warrior Forum special offer. The people selling WSOs, they're supposed to be cheaper products than what they sell, or it's supposed to be a cheaper product than they sell it elsewhere. So if somebody sold a product for $17, for instance, in their business somewhere, if they launched it as a WSO, it has to be cheaper. Yeah, and these are just the rules of the forum. So they would need to sell it for, say, $10 or $7. So that's one of the things about WSOs. A WSO, or the word WSO, doesn't get used quite as much anymore, because a lot of people are now hosting their products that they release into the marketplaces on their own server, and that's what I'm going to say next: your own website. This is what a lot of people have started to do with places like Warrior Plus, JVZoo, DigiResults, and places like that. They've started to host their product on their own server because of various problems and stuff that they get. One of the things about hosting products on the Warrior Forum is you do get the odd idiot, okay, that leaves messages and people that just want to whinge, and they may not have even purchased your product. Okay, you could have a great product, but you always get the odd person that just fancies a whinge, and they can come down and freely just just drop a message in your thread. Not only that, but the Warrior Forum in the past has gone down at some very important times. Okay, people have been in the middle of a product launch, people have been sending a lot of traffic to the forum, and all of a sudden their server crashes for one reason or another. So over the last couple of years, people have been getting fed up with having to put up with all of that from the Warrior Forum. It's a great forum, but you know, when people release products, including myself, you want to maximize your chances of you know, making the most money and getting the most amount of sales. When things like the forum goes down, that's going to affect your sales, and also when people just post stupid comments in there freely, you know, this all adds to the hassle and everything of your product which you sell in the marketplace. And not only that, it just gives you more maintenance. Okay, you're going to have to constantly go back to the thread and you know, look at the comments and just make sure that you're not getting any stupid comments and people just leaving comments out of boredom and things like that. So one of the things about hosting the product on your own server is that you won't get any of that, any of those problems. Of course, you may still get the odd problem where your server may go down, but this is something that you can contact your own server company, your own hosting company about before you launch the product. If you're expecting a lot of traffic, if you're expecting, you know, a good few thousand people within hours to go to your sales page, then you could tell your hosting company about that. So you've got a little bit more flexibility when it comes to using your own website when you release these information products. So there are pros and cons to it, but it is up to you. One of the things I will say about when you release new information products into the marketplace is that you do need to generate as many sales yourself. Okay, one of the biggest problems that I've found, or that I've seen other people face when they release information products into the marketplace on places like Warrior Plus and JVZoo, is that they think that they can just release a product and tons of affiliates will just jump on board and want to promote your product and send you lots of sales. Okay, unfortunately that isn't the case. It rarely happens. As I said, you do need to put the initial work in, and you certainly need to do your homework with regards to sending as many sales yourself as you can. When you see people release products into the marketplace, you know, on a WSO or just a normal product which is hosted on someone's website, the chances are, if that marketer is fairly experienced, then they will be able to send a fair few sales themselves to that offer. Okay, this is the reason why they may make many sales fairly quickly, is because they're able to generate a lot of sales themselves. They don't just rely on other people, they don't just rely on affiliates. And the fact that they're able to generate sales themselves is going to straight away make the product look quite popular. And when you do that, other affiliates and other JV partners and anybody else that wants to promote your product will jump on board and promote it and send you more sales. So it's a kind of a snowball effect. You have to start from somewhere, and you have to do your part, and you have to send some sales yourself. And this goes back to building a list. Yeah, this is why building a list is so important, because you're going to build a list of subscribers, a list of customers that like your stuff. When you do that and you release a WSO into the marketplace or a product into the marketplace, it then gives you a higher chance of making that information product successful. Because if you can generate, you know, even 25 sales yourself, it's going to make the product look a lot more successful in the marketplace than if you were to just generate 2 sales yourself. Okay, and this is the problem that most people face when they release products. They don't have a list themselves. They just they just release a product, and they might be able to make 2 or 3 sales themselves, but that's it. Okay, you aren't going to get anywhere by being like that. You have to make sure that you can generate at least 20 or 30 sales yourself to your product when it goes live. If you can't, then generally your information products are going to be a complete flop. Okay, they're going to be a disaster, because you need to build a little bit of momentum. You need to build a little bit of interest, yeah, build some sales, and then people jump on board because people are actually buying this product. It's just the way the industry works. You can't get around that. It's something that you have to do. So you will need to have a list. You will need to have some customers and some buyers that you can market to. So I wanted to say that because that's a very important part of the entire process. Now what I'm going to do right now is go over to my Warrior Plus account and just show you some of the results that I've managed to generate, but not only that, but just explain how things work in this particular area. So this is my Warrior Plus account. As you can see, Paul Nichols on there. To date I've generated, this is just my Warrior Plus account, 9,254 sales. That's $80,000. This is just in simple information products that I create and launch on a regular basis. So if we look down the list, I've got tons of different products here. So we've got obviously the 9 profit pillars. That's the course that you're on right now. Obviously I haven't released that because this is going to be the product that I release very shortly. So we've got Knockout Profit Black Book. This is my most recent one. As you can see, it's 385 front end sales, and these are the upsells. Okay, so altogether it did done so far over 600 sales, about 620, something like that. So we've got some more down here. As you can see, there's this one, 568 on the front ends. We've got loads more there. So these are just all simple information products that I put together, and it takes me between a day and 7 days to put together. So this one I did over 1,000 front end copies. So altogether we've got $80,000 plus. If I just show you my very first product that I released as a WSO, or a information product, and this was the Avalanche list building course. To date it's done 587 sales on the main product. I have one additional upsell, this is all like the OTO, which that's done 189. I do still make the occasional sale from this particular product, but this has been around for like 2.5 years, and I do still make the occasional sale. So this is part of actually releasing products into the marketplace, is that you're able to generate some passive income. Now, one thing I will say about this list here, and I wasn't going to cover this until a later video. I will cover it more in depth in a different video, but you'll see that some of these courses here, some of these products only do about 50 odd sales, or even less than that. The reason is because they are relaunches. Okay, this is one of my strategies that I've been using for the last year, and not many people actually do this. So once you've released a product, you can then leverage that same product and sell it again, okay, in the same marketplace. And I'll show you exactly how to do that later in the course. It's very simple to do, but there's quite a few things that you need to make sure you do when you sell that same product back into the marketplace. And just to give you an example that this works very well, I did this, I think it was my Fast Cash Commando course. If we go down here, this one did 1,262 copies, okay, and then about 6 weeks later I released it again and it did 491, and altogether it did like 600 plus the second time. And then I released it a third time, and I think it did about another 100 plus sales. So there's definitely a lot of money to be made in just re-releasing the same product, and this is something that I know not many people do actually do. Obviously you're obviously not going to market to the same people that purchase your product the first time, that actually already own it. You advertise to the people that haven't bought it yet. and I'll show you and explain how you do that in a different video. That's actually a different income method that I'm going to explain. So I just wanted to give you some stats on on WSOs and products that you can release into the marketplace. It's very profitable, it's very good fun, and once you get this process, once you get used to it, and once you figure out how things work and you get a little bit more experienced, you'll realize that this really can be a very profitable part of your business. You can generate lots of sales, you can have some very good paydays, it's very profitable, and it's a major part of your business. Generating fresh customers and buyers into your email list, because you can leverage affiliates when you sell WSOs and information products on these types of platforms. You can get them to actually send you big traffic, and that's the best thing. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is video number 3, profit pillar number 3, creating and releasing information products and WSOs into the marketplace. I'll see you in the next video, which will be video number 4, where we go over the next profit pillar. I will talk to you soon. Take care.